Well, hello, I'm Pam Carr, and I'm going to show you how to make a granny square using Bernat Blanket yarn. Okay, you need a nice big N 10 millimeter crochet hook, and you need some Bernat Blanket yarn. I use this purple plum, and I used antique white, and I used misty green, as well as black in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make this granny square in the tutorial. You can use this tutorial to make a granny square out of super fine yarn or worsted weight number 4 yarn, Aran in England. You can use this same technique to make a granny square with any yarn and any size that you would like. Okay, so enjoy the tutorial. And this was part of a blanket design, and I am going to be doing a different video all about the blanket design. This is just purely for how to make a granny square, a really easy granny square. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Now there's two ways you can start your granny square. You can either start it by chaining 4 and slip stitching into the first chain and making it loop, or you can do a magic loop, and I'm going to show you how to do the magic loop. You just pinch the yarn and wrap it over like a cross, right? And then I pinch my yarn there so I can hold it taut, and then you put your hook under the first one, over that one, and pull it through, and then you chain, and that's your magic loop. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold these two together as we work into the magic loop. I do have a tutorial for left and right-handed people on my YouTube channel here, so if you just look how to make a magic loop if you want a more in-depth tutorial on that. So now I'm going to chain, and I am going to do 2 more double crochets in here. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So that first chain 2 there, that acts as 1 double crochet just for this first round. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 1 and working still into that loop, holding that tail down, yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull it through 2. That's 1 double crochet. We're going to make 3. Here's number 2, and now number 3. And these are sometimes referred to as a 3 double crochet shell because there's 1, 2, 3 stitches in there. There's the chain 2 and 2 stitches which act as 3 double crochet. So now we're going to chain 1 because this is where our corner is going to be. Did I already chain 1? No, I didn't. So now we're going to chain 1 because every time there's a chain 1, that's where there's a corner. Now we're going to go back in. So we've got 1 3 double crochet shell, 2 3 double crochet shells. We've chained 1. Now we're going to go back into that circle there and yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through 2, yarn over, pull it through 2. That's 1 double crochet, and we need 3. 2 and 3. And remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always just pause the video. Now we've done 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go back into that same magic loop there. I keep my finger sticking through so it's easy to find. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, chain 1, and then we're going to join it to the top of that first chain 2 with a slip stitch. That means you just put the hook through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, and that gives us 1 3 double crochet shell, 2, 3, and 4. And you can see we have these chain 1 spaces in each of the corners because that's where we're going to make a corner. So now what we need to do is fasten this off, and we're going to add in our new color. Okay, so I've cut my yarn. Now I'm just going to pull it through and tighten it. Now the next color that we're going to do in this particular pattern here is going to be the white. Okay, so we're going to get our antique white, and here you can join it into any of your corners. Okay, I'm glad we're finished with the black because it's really hard to work. I like to get it so I can see the stitches showing upwards. Okay, some people rotate their squares. It's up to you. Crochet is such an individual art. Okay, so now I'm going to get the white. Just putting my hook through. I'm going to pull through my white and chain 2. Okay. Also, there's lots of different ways people make granny squares, so there's no one that's you know, the right way or the wrong way. You can do it any of the ways that work for you. Some people slip stitch along and do it that way. So I'm going to put yarn over and go into here and do 2 double crochets into this chain 1 space here. I only do 2 because this is one side of the corner. So we've got 2 and the chain 2, okay? So now what we're going to do is I'm not going to chain 1 in between the corners. I'm just going in between these shells. I'm just going to go straight over here, yarn over into that next corner. And of course, we're going to have to do 3, right? Because there's 3 double crochets in each shell for a granny square. 1, 2, 3. Now this is a point of where there's lots of variation too. Some people chain 2 at a corner, 3 at a corner. I chain 1. Okay, especially for this, I want it to be a nice tight square. And now we're going to do 3 into the same chain 1 space. 1, 2, and 3. And then we have our leftover yarn, of course, granny squares. You always get the delightful ends you need to weave in. So into that particular corner, we have done 3, 1, 2, 3, a chain 1 space, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we are going to skip over this chain, this double crochet shell here with 3, 1, 2, 3. We are going to skip right over that and go into the next chain 1 space, yarn over because we're making double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to form this side of the square. Okay, so we have to chain 1 to make our corner, and now we're going to work along this side of the square. So into the same chain 1 space, we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, oh, got a tangle in my yarn. So I got rid of the tangle. So as I say, there's 1 double crochet in there. So now we're going to do a number 2 and number 3, all into that chain 1 space. So let's look at what we've got. We've got the chain 2 and the 2 double crochets into the first one where we joined it. Then we skipped across to the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Do not chain 1, just skip right across to the next space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we go. We're going to skip along to the next corner. Oh, I forgot to tell you. When we finished our magic circle, we can just pull it. I was too excited. Okay, so that's how it makes it really nice and tight when you do a magic circle. Just pull on that tail as tight as you can. Right, we're going to skip across to the chain 1, yarn over, double crochet 3 times. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Chain 1 and do 3 double crochets into the corner again. Okay, the same corner. Right, so we've got 3 there. We've got 3 chain 1, 3, 3 chain 1, 3, 3 chain 1, 3. So now what we have to do is we have to skip across to the very first one we were working on. Make sure that you put your yarn over before you go in to that chain 1 space. Pull it up, do a double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 that we did at the beginning, okay? We pull it through, and we pull it through, and then we fasten it off. So I'll show you what we've got. So the first one we did chain 2 or chain 3, whichever you prefer, and then 2 double crochet, skipped right over to the chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, then we go skip across to the next chain 1 space, 3 double crochets into there, chain 1, 3 double crochets, skip right across to the next one, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, then we skip across to the very first one I worked in and do 3 double crochets, chain 1, and slip stitch to the top of the chain 2 that you made at the beginning. And there we have the square, okay? So now we have to choose another color, and for the black, we go black, white, and then misty green. This is the combo I did. You can do whatever you want. And so I've got the misty green. I'll show you that. And I'm going to choose a different end to work in. Let's work in this one. Put my hook in and pull up my yarn. Chain 2. I like to change it just because chaining 3 sometimes makes it a bit loopy. Okay, so now I'm going to do 2 double crochets into here because the chain 2 acts as the first one. 1, that's 1, and then 2. Okay. Now, I'm just going to skip right across to here. I didn't chain 1 there at all. It's just a loop that happens naturally. So do not chain 1. Just finish your double crochet, put your yarn over and go into that space and do 3 double crochets into there. 1, 2, and 3. Do not chain 1, skip across to the corner, do 3 double crochets. Let's get rid of that black. 1, 2, and 3. What are you going to do next? Chain 1 because we're in the corner, right? Then do 3 double crochets into there. 1, 2, and 3. So I think you get the picture. So from here, we're going to go straight over into here and do 1 shell of 3 double crochets. Then into here, skip right over, do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. I'm going to meet you at the end of this round. So here we are at the end. There's that corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. We skipped right into the space and did 3 double crochets. Now we're going to go into this last space here and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then because it's a corner, we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to join into the top of the first chain 2 that we did. There we go. And we're going to slip stitch. Pull it through, and fasten it off. Put it right through like that, put it tight, and that is our third color. Right, so the next one we're going to do is going to be that purpley plummy color, okay? And I love this color. This is so nice. So we're going to choose a corner. Going to put it in here. Pull it up. And chain 2. And then because this is we're only doing the second side of the corner really, we're going to do 2 double crochets. I think by now you're getting the hang of this, right? You can keep going and make a whole blanket just out of 1 granny square if you want. So we are going to skip over that cluster and go straight into this space here and do 3 double crochets. 1. Each time you do a round, you have more of these clusters going down the side of the square. The corners always stay the same. Okay. I don't know if I went off camera there. My yarn is not behaving. Okay, sorry if I went off camera. 1, 2 double crochets, and 3. So you see how, I'm going to show you. Here we had, between the corners, we had no double crochet clusters. Here, between the corners, we have 1 double crochet cluster. And now we're going to work into this corner so there will be 2 3 double crochet shells or clusters on each side. So you can count. You can always check yourself, right? 1, 2, 3 in the corner, chain 1, and 3 more in that corner. 1, pull out my yarn here. 1, 2, and 3. That was an awkward one. Okay, so now we're going down this side. So we're going to work 3 into here, 3 into here, then 3, chain 1, 3. 3 into here, 3 into here, 3, chain 1, 3. 3 double crochet into here, 3 double crochet into here, and then the final one, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and join with this slip stitch. I'm going to meet you back at this corner, okay? So good luck getting around. So here we are at the final corner. You can see that we have the corner, then we have 1, 2, a corner, and then 1, 2, a corner, and then 1, 2, another corner, and 1, 2, and we've come to the final corner where we have done the chain 2 and the 2 double crochets, because that's how we always start out our corners. And we're going to do 3 double crochets into here. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to join to the top of this chain 2 with a slip stitch. Pull it through, and we're going to fasten it off. Now that is the basic granny square that I used for my blanket. You can make a granny square, you can make it into a purse and line it if you want to. You can do anything. This is just the granny square tutorial for you, and I hope you enjoy it. If you want to make the blanket, I am going to be posting a separate video about how to make the whole blanket using this color combo and how I place my squares, how many I made, and all that kind of thing with a border. But that's another video. So here, for anyone who wanted to know how to make a granny square, you can change them out. Some of them I put the misty green in the middle and the black and then the white. I always finish them off with the purple plum. So that was a uniform thing for the design. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and subscribe if you like my channel and want more notifications. Ring the bell. Okay, bye. Happy crocheting.